Hey everyone, it's Ozzy here. The Google Chrome recommended news stories has recently served me just a beautiful article by 9honey called How to Get Your Kids Off Fortnite These School Holidays. If you're unaware, 9honey is essentially a low-class blogging site that panders to middle-aged women. First of all, the school holidays are almost over, less than a week left, so I reckon you got a little too late there, 9honey. You might have heard the name 9 before. This isn't their first battle with Fortnite. They had that A Current Affair news story where they essentially interviewed a kid saying he liked Fortnite and called it an addiction and tried to make everyone scared. And then there was also a segment on the Today Show that I watched like a minute of and almost vomited because of how bloody atrocious it was, so I'm not even going to go further into that. But anyway, I love how the tagline to this article says, minimal lying involved. And if you actually read the article, you will notice that nearly every step involves lying. So let's click straight into the article. And the article begins. This is the first school holidays that Fortnite has taken over the lives of our children in a maniac way. Sure, Fortnite has been around for some time since its initial release in September 2017. Actually, it was released way before 2017, but that's when the Battle Royale component was introduced, and when it really got popular. But yeah, first fault there. However, it took some time to catch on and invade the bodies and minds of adolescents around Australia, and even the world. Jeez, they're really making it sound bad here. Jeez, I'm kind of scared of this Fortnite thing now, guys. How do I get rid of it? Just a few days ago, my teenage son, Philip, announced, I can't wait for the school holidays. I'm going to play Fortnite every day. Do you think I could become a professional player? The words of doom. First off, I can guarantee you he did not say those exact words in that exact order. No kid just randomly says, I am going to play X video game all day, every day. And how is it the words of doom? He knows what he wants to do when he's older. At least his job as a professional Fortnite player will be more meaningful than your menial bullshit job at 9honey. Every parent with children of gaming age is living through the exact same frustration. Actually, no, I love video games and I don't play Fortnite. Maybe they just have to accept that not every gamer loves Fortnite. The worst thing about Fortnite, and there are many horrible things about this game, oh geez, they're really selling me on the fear factor here. Jeez, they're really making me scared of Fortnite here, guys. Is the fact that the game involves conversations between team players. Yeah, guys, how bad is it to socialize? Which not only means your kids are playing it constantly, you get a running commentary of how they are progressing. You know, you don't have to listen to them play Fortnite, but alright, I need to organize my inventory. Yes, it teaches you organization. How cool is that? Why did you do that? Teaching kids the essential art of asking a question. How did we lose? This is bullshit. Of course, that censored 9honey would never publish that kind of language to their Christian audience, and so on and so forth. Fortnite has stolen our children from us, and it's that serious. It has not that serious. So we have no choice but to fight back, using everything in our own parenting inventory to snatch our children back. Let the games begin. Jeez, guys, I have to say, I'm scared of Fortnite now. I'm never going to play Fortnite again. I mean, I haven't played it once, so I'm never going to play it again. Alright, guys, I'm so scared of Fortnite. Number 1, fake a Wi-Fi outage. Okay, I mean, this happens quite a bit. This is easier said than done, because kids are smart these days. Okay, we're off to a good start here, guys, but I can assure you, it all goes downhill from there. My children know how to reboot the Wi-Fi like evil little experts, and won't be tricked by simply switching the damn thing off. Okay, first off, this is a Christian website here. Damn is not acceptable. And second off, the Wi-Fi is not the internet. You can access the internet through an Ethernet cable. And I think you'll find that most gamers do access it through an Ethernet cable. So yeah, there's your first problem with this article, and there are many more to come, ladies and gentlemen. That means you need to find a patsy, whatever a patsy means. Most of you will have an old Wi-Fi box laying around. Again, it's called a router or a modem, and the Wi-Fi is not the internet. Most of us will have an old Wi-Fi box laying around somewhere that we can plug in place of the Wi-Fi that is actually connected to an account. Okay, so I guess they're talking about wireless internet here, like fixed wireless. That's not exactly how like fixed line like ADSL and coaxial cable and fiber to the premises works. As long as is something plugged into the Wi-Fi point in the wall, then you will be getting Wi-Fi no matter which router you plug in. As long as the router, of course, works with the connection point, so you have to have a coaxial router to plug into the coaxial point. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty simple. This will involve switching them over in the dead of night, but at least you'll get a few days of peace and quiet. That is until they figure out how to access the smartphone hotspot, which will not only reconnect them to the game, but cost you a fortune as well. So that they contradict their own... They tell you exactly why you shouldn't be doing this point, so this point's just absolute rubbish. Fake a blackout. Okay, they're going into way too much, like effort here. I mean, that's not just getting a kid off Fortnite, that is getting you off everything that you could be doing during the day. Faking a blackout is as simple as locating your electricity box and triggering the safety switch, or manually turning it off. It's very important your children don't catch you in the act. But because children just monitor their electricity box 24/7, 365 in the dead of night. They place security cameras all over the house to make sure you do not turn off that electricity box and stop them from getting that victory royale. Our electricity box is in the boys' bedroom. Well, that's a really shitty placement of the boys' bedroom, don't you think? Which is why I've asked my sister to sneak into their room through the window while I am innocently folding laundry in the lounge room. How do you think you did that laundry with the electricity? Turn off the electricity box before climbing back out of the window. That is honestly an awful lot of effort to go through just to turn the electricity off and put your kid's Fortnite out of commission. What happened? I'll say. Geez, I'd love to see her say this. I'm sure her acting ability is just brilliant. I don't even know where the electricity box is. I'll mumble, why would it be the electricity box? It'd be anything but the electricity box. Then it's as simple as making a few pretend phone calls with the electricity that you no longer have, unless of course you use a mobile. And then you can buy yourself at least half a day of device free time before your children twig, whatever the hell that means. But first off, devices do not need to be connected to the wall constantly. Smartphones, tablets, and laptops all have a battery inside of them that you can use without the electricity. So yeah, of course you can't charge them, but yeah. And also, again, mobile hotspot exists. And Fortnite is on the phone as well. Jeez, they have done no research here. 3, I'll offer them an alternative. Yes, replace... They're making Fortnite seem like just the be-all, end-all of video games. Like, they make Fortnite sound like the only video game. Is it really just a Fortnite issue, or is it every video game? There are some really good games out there that don't make your kid act and sound mental. Okay, then. Minecraft used to be like this back in the good old days. I'm sure if this was 2012, she would be writing this exact same article about Minecraft and telling parents to replace Minecraft with something else. Minecraft used to be like this in the good old days, but only when it was in story mode. Survival mode ruined everything. Okay, this woman has no bloody idea what Minecraft is. Minecraft is survival mode first and foremost, in the single player, and then you could join servers and do all the minigames that get banned and called a hacker and all that shit. And then story mode came along, made by a completely separate company. So I don't exactly know how the mode that Minecraft started off with ruined a mode that literally has no correlation to each other. Now we have Fortnite to contend with, and that doesn't mean we can't introduce our children to some newer games. I mean, Fortnite is pretty new. That we can teach them a thing or two without driving you batshit crazy. I mean, honestly, it would drive you less crazy letting your kid play Fortnite as opposed to trying to get them to play a new game. Take a new game called Beast of Balance that I just received an email about. Oh, okay, so it's a sponsored article, I see now. It is described as like Jenga for the iPhone generation. Okay, take a look at that picture and tell me how that looks like Jenga for the iPhone generation. I mean, it doesn't. The game involves children building a beast in a tabletop game, and then the beast comes to life on a smartphone or device. Okay, no, that doesn't sound like Jenga at all. There are no battles involved except for getting the whole damn thing to balance, because that looks really hard to get that shark balanced on whatever the hell that is. Another one I like the kids playing is Just Dance. There are so many versions of it now, and it's quite fun. I agree, there are so many versions that are so different to each other. I mean, I guarantee you will not find one similarity between Just Dance 2018 and Just Dance 2017. And Just Dance 2017 to Just Dance 2016 and Just Dance 2016. Okay, I could go on forever. There's I join in sometimes. It's great to play when you have a few kids together and you don't even need a gaming console to play it. What? No, you do. That's how it works. That's how video games work. Just play it via YouTube, and your kids will not only be getting some physical activity, but will also stay off Fortnite for a good 30 minutes if you're lucky. If you can get your kids to stay off Fortnite for a good 30 minutes with a Just Dance YouTube video, then you should enter the Tats Lotto every bloody day, because you would be a multi-trillionaire by now. And also, Just Dance doesn't work if you just give them a YouTube video to go off, because the whole point of Just Dance is to tell you what you are doing wrong, and you assuming like you are tricking them by giving them a YouTube video to do. They're gonna find out pretty quick. Pretend there is a lost dog. Minimal lying involved here, guys. And how is there a how just how this article is just so atrocious that they're really struggling now. Okay, this is a bit of a desperate move, and a pretty bloody stupid one as well. But sometimes your child is so much in the grip of Fortnite that drastic action is needed. Exactly how is this drastic? Like, why will they care? They'll be like, oh no, I hope they find it soon, and then go back to Fortnite, I guarantee you. A fake lost dog works a treat because children love dogs and mysteries. Okay, first off, children love getting the answers to mysteries, not solving them themselves. And second, not every child loves a dog. I mean, Philip is not a representation of every single child. Like, Philip might love dogs and mysteries, but not every child has to love dogs and mysteries. The adventure doesn't have to end sadly. What adventure is there when the child says, oh no, and then goes back to playing Fortnite? I don't get it. A fake phone call during which you are informed that the dog has been found can be activated at any time. Okay, so why are you even getting a phone call about a dog that isn't even yours? When they ask to visit the dog, you can simply say that the dog is at the vet resting and you can't visit it yet. That makes sense, doesn't it? That makes so much sense. There was a lost dog and now it needs to rest because, geez, it's a hard job being lost, guys. When they bring up the idea to visit, when they bring up the idea of a visit a week later, simply explain that the family in question has moved away. Geez, how convenient is that? 5. Visit friends or family. Family or friends. Oh, okay. If you have a family or friends who live in regional Australia, count yourself lucky. What does regional Australia have to do with anything? There are multiple phone, internet, and Wi-Fi black spots throughout the center of the country, making Fortnite impossible to play. They make regional Australia sound like the most remote and disconnected place in the whole world. Since the NBN launched their Sky Muster service, which I'm not supporting or endorsing in any way, in fact it's just a really expensive piece of shit. The internet, there is actually not a single Australian that can't get the internet, and they're only constrained by money. Sure, Sky Muster might not be fast, or even that good, or cheap, or accessible, or just good at, or just worth it, but it's providing internet, and mostly reliable internet, even though it could be slow and terrible. But alright. Even if your children do manage to connect to the game, the connection won't last. They'll be running around on the red earth chasing bush turkeys before you know. No, they won't. I guarantee you they will not. If you don't have family or friends who live in regional Australia, you can always book into an Airbnb and say it is the home of a friend that you are minding for them for a few days as a favor. Jeez, minimal lying involved here, guys. And also, if you just get into the Airbnb, they'll be on Fortnite on their phone, or they'll be taking their laptop. I mean, this isn't effective at all. The first few days will be tough, but eventually your children will meet local kids. Okay, you said you're only staying there for a few days, but then you say the first few days will be tough, so are you moving to regional Australia permanently? Or are you staying there for a few days? I don't understand. But eventually your children will meet local kids who have never even heard of Fortnite, much less gaming as an obsession. They make regional Australia just sound like the most disconnected and clueless place imaginable. I have friends from regional Australia, and they know what Fortnite is. They know what the internet is. The only people who do not know what Fortnite is are the people who do not know how to turn on a computer. Swap children. Alright guys, we're getting into some child trafficking here, but stay with Joe Abbey of 9 Honey, because I'm sure she has a pretty logical explanation for it. My son Philip has been glued to Fortnite this week, and so is my nephew Peter, 15. I'm interested in knowing what Philip's age is here. So my sister and I have devised a child trafficking scheme. I mean a child swap. Guys, it's definitely not child trafficking. She'll take Philip to work for a day and I'll take Peter. I guarantee you, when Peter comes home after a day at your menial 9 Honey blogging job, he will want to kill himself. The boys are polite to each of their aunties, so while they may bitch and moan when we tell them what is happening, they'll be nice to our faces and hide their frustration. I mean, the kid doesn't have to be obsessed with Fortnite or even play Fortnite to bitch about going to their auntie's crappy minimum wage useless job at 9 Honey. Even if they go straight back to Fortnite when they get home at the end of the day, that'll be several hours on which they weren't playing it. Jeez, it only takes you several hours to earn money at 9 Honey. It must be a pretty good paying job. You literally have to do nothing for a couple hours. Wins, no matter how small, are still wins. Okay. She's got a point there. Focus on reducing instead of banning. Okay, good. We finally have somewhat of a logical point here. But let's see Joe Abbey of 9 Honey really stuff it up, guys. It's a rookie error when parents try and ban certain activities instead of focusing on reducing them. Okay, good. We have a logical point so far. Good on you, Joe Abbey of 9 Honey. Maybe you aren't that bad after all if you can write like 1-point articles. Don't make this mistake. Okay, good. The very second you show them that you disapprove of Fortnite or say that you are banning it, the more they will want to play. Yeah, no, we've jumped off the cliff face here, but honestly, we haven't been climbing that far up the cliff. It's probably just 30 centimeters above the ground, because this whole article has just been rubbish. But anyway, they won't instantly be like, oh, I have to play Fortnite! As soon as you ban it. Like, sure, if you keep it away from them for a couple days, they'll want to play it more, because they haven't played it. No, that is not withdrawal. That is just them trying to get back to the thing they are passionate about. It's not an addiction if they miss something. Like if you go overseas and leave the dog at home, will you call it a dog addiction if your kid misses the dog? No, of course not, because it's different when it's something that we don't understand, like Fortnite. Instead, pretend you love Fortnite. Talk about how educational it is. Ask annoying questions as they play, and ask if you can join their team. Okay, I can guarantee you Joe Abbey just watched the South Park episode Chin Pokemon, where the South Park kids become absolutely infatuated about Chin Pokemon, and then they come up with an idea where all the parents will buy Chin Pokemon, and then the kids don't care about it anymore, and it works. But that's not how the real world works. It won't take much for your newfound gaming enthusiasm to turn them off the game forever. That makes sense. This is particularly effective on teenagers who will do everything they can to be the contrary. They make it way too easy to manipulate them for their own good. Jeez, because they try so hard to be the complete opposite. Like, if you point out that you are alive, then that kid will instantly want to die, because that is, according to Joe Abbey of 9honey, how easy teenagers are to manipulate just by agreeing with them. Anyway, this article was just an absolute shit show. I'd say I'm surprised that this got published, but honestly I'm not, because just browsing through 9honey, the quality control is obviously non-existent, or if they're just extremely low. That's about it. I'm interested to see how many other attempts Channel 9 will have to bash Fortnite, because there will definitely be more. Alright, that's it. Bye.